Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Frank. Welcome to American Eagle Rises. So, guys got anything good for a Wednesday? You know, same old work. I'm not going to talk about it. And yeah, I got home just a little bit early. Went for a long walk and it looked like it was going to rain and I don't know, might rain. We'll see. I don't know. Kind of warm. It's like 70 something outside. So, yeah, I had to take advantage of that. Felt a little bit better after the walk. We're just taking one day at a time. So, what updates are we going to talk about today? So, market. I'll call it market. I like to use little bunny rabbity. So, not sure if you're an investor, seller, buyer, day trader. I keep my eye on the market, and if you guys haven't noticed, or if you're a regular to the channel, you kind of understand some of the things that I do. But if you're not, and you're still relatively new, I don't dabble a lot in the stock market. I do have some positions that I have in a separate, my own personal individual account. Obviously, I have a 401k with my work. I put in only an amount for the maximum match. And actually, right now, I have it in a. The best thing they don't have like a cash position, and that's really what I really wanted to put them in. But they have a conservative fund, so basically, when I looked at the prospectus, it's just a bunch of like U.S. Treasuries, and the clip it looks like it's pretty much 3%. So basically, my balance has never gone down in the last. It's not like a year and a half. I started this, and I'm surprised, but so I took a big chunk of it and I just transferred it to there because I wanted to limit my downside risk. And then all the new investment, all the money I would be putting in from that point on was all these other stocks. So I'm putting in money at that point because I feel the stock market's going to come down, or the thought is it's going to come down. It could just keep going up, but so the thought was to protect my downside, and then my future investments, if the market went down, I'd be buying them at a lower cost, right? So that's the high strategy. But individual level, I believe more in commodities, especially if there's an environment or an inflationary environment. It's really hard to pick winners and losers, but commodities, it's typically a long play. So a lot of the miners that I have, I won't say they specialize in gold, but they have a lot of core mining position, metals, like copper, nickel, zinc. Those are more industrial, but they do have a couple of gold mining. There's a couple of direct silver plays. I don't know if you guys know anything about silver. Silver, it's really hard to find a direct silver mine. Pretty much most of the silver that is actually extracted from the earth is actually a byproduct of industrial metals. So it's actually, as they mine industrial metals, the waste product you'll find is silver. It's pretty interesting. I've done a lot of, but anyway, with that being said, I was probably a little too longer than what you wanted, right? So I apologize. I can sometimes just go on and on. That's just to say that I look at a couple of indices. So I do have some gold mining stocks, and that's all I really have. I don't have any SPY or anything like that. So the overall market conditions that I look at is I do look at it's a ticker TNX, but that's basically the 10-year Treasury yield. That's kind of a benchmark for the debt market, right? And that really didn't do a whole lot. It looks like the Dixie DXY ticker, that's kind of a relative term between the US dollar and other foreign currencies, is heavily weighted to the euro and the yen, and sprinkle a couple other things for spice, right? And that slightly gained, but it kind of was on the losing end the last couple of days. So, but gold took a big hit, which kind of makes sense. Pretty much everyone's risk they want more risky. They're getting away from safe haven. So, but interesting enough, silver got a good bid today. It probably needs one because it's been it hasn't really been caught up with gold. But silver is also an industrial metal. If you don't know, a lot of our electronics, especially EV cars, are just there's a lot of technology, future technology that we're going to need to use more silver. So again, I'm playing that, but I believe silver is undervalued as that is. I do have some crypto. Actually, today I finally sold one of my. It's called Onyx Coin. I've been kind of waiting to sell it, and I had a couple of these meme coins. It's one of those like, why did I do it? Right. So I finally sold that one to get a gain, and then I just sold the meme coins. And they were kind of lost. I'm still up overall, but I'm like up like maybe $150. So this is chump change, if you will. But I do still have my core positions like XRP, Bitcoin. What are the other ones? Ethereum, Solana, only because it gives you like a 6% reward to hold it. Couple other ones, I can't remember them all. But so this year is a heavy focus. When I say heavy, I mean whatever I use for investing, a large section of that goes to that from my personal, my personal. So yeah, that's I think people are thinking the quote unquote tariff war is over. We'll see. Trump likes to say things, and people. I don't. In a way, I think it's good. If Trump is saying things and people are starting to believe it, that might actually be good. People are kind of like, oh, is he really going to do it? Now he's saying, well, an exception here, an exception there. So I think Wall Street's like, oh, thank God. Like, it's not going to be as bad as we think. But you never know. I think Wall Street still has this one wrong, to be honest. What? Not because of tariffs, okay? Because our economy sucks. All right, but anyway, with that said, hey, my news stories moved around on me. How? Oh, man, guys, all right, so anyway, what I wanted to focus on was, and I think if you guys are part of Raymond's Thoughts and Mine in his Discord, we talk about it's not just the student loan, right? There's that debacle where there was the stay, or, they didn't have to pay for a while, but there was a whole bunch of student loans and deferment, or not just deferment, but like they were like in I don't want to say default because they can't get discharged. But yeah, U.S. government's going to start collecting on it. Yeah, so I know Raymond's happy about that. I kind of am too. Only from the perspective of like, dude, you take out money, you need to pay for it. Now, that's at a high level, right? Like, where certain people, like some people want to say they were like, they were taken advantage of. Well, it's like, yeah, but you let yourself be. You took that money and you start, like, if you just use the money for school, that's one thing, right? But some people, it wasn't this way when I went to school. It probably would have been bad if it was, but you can take a student loan. You can just spend it for anything, all right? You can use it for room and board, and you can use it for food, and hey, you want to get Nintendo or whatever the damn new console system. What is it? PlayStation? I don't know. So anyway, that's what's going on. But there was, damn it, this MSN thing. I hate this thing, but it gives me this, whatever. I call it the narrative. But it had China has the rise of rat people. I'm like, rat? That's kind of, what's not racist? What's that word? What's the word I'm looking for, guy? Help me out. Put a comment below. But anyway, right? But, China's economy is not doing well. And China, the CCP, they, their entire country can be in flames, right? And they're like, oh, nothing to see here. I really feel sorry for the people that live in China. Like I don't want to say you get what you voted for or paid for over there, right? I don't know. They Asian cultures over there, they really, and actually it can be a good thing. They honor and respect authority. Now, nowadays authority is never good. It's recently in the last, I don't know what, almost 80 years, authority has just been a bane of human existence, right? But way back in the past, right? That actually meant something, right? Especially like Japanese culture, Chinese culture, the emperor. Now maybe these people back then, maybe they took it out of line too, right? But there was a reason why you had to have authority back then. It was like the wild, wild west in some of those areas, right? So that's part of their culture, right? So it's really hard to get it out of them, right? But the Tiananmen Square years ago, that almost gained traction. I think a lot of people died and China didn't show that, to be honest. But yeah, we'll never know. Maybe their economy being so bad, maybe people would just finally be fed up with it. I don't know. I don't know. All I know is they can't afford tariffs, and yeah, they are in no position to do anything right now. They're crumbling within, and we'll never see it. But there's a lot of people that do cover it on YouTube, and I hope that they can actually. I hope they can actually do something before it becomes a humanitarian disaster. It's getting to that level. So outside of that, what else? What else are they trying to? Trump slams Zelensky again. Yeah, for refusing to recognize Russian control of Crimea. It doesn't seem like news. I think that looks like old news. Is that old news? I don't know, man. I think they sometimes regurgitate the same things. Like if they wait a couple of months or a year and they just keep the dumb. Yeah, I know, right? And they get a bunch of views and money. Let's see what we also got. Trump tariffs live updates. Americans disapprove of Trump's tariff. Yeah, because the American person doesn't understand what the hell it is. So who cares? Yeah, Bucky. What the hell? Bucky logo lawsuit legal battle ends with. What's wrong with Bucky? Come on, man. I love that. Yeah, what is this? Stock stage relief rally Wednesday as Trump backs off firing Powell and. Come on, Trump, fire Powell. But what's funny is he can't fire him anyway. So what? Right? People reacted to Trump. Oh, Trump's going to fire Powell. He doesn't have that power. So why did the market? I'm telling you guys, like, just if you guys are listening to this channel, you guys are already super smart, right? So yeah, like a lot of these news things, like it's worse than 1984. Do you guys know what 1984 is? When I say that, that's their book. All right, is it Orson Welles? Yeah, like I think they used it as a whatever, like a playbook. Yeah. So anyway. What else is up here that looks exciting? I think that's kind of about it. Oh, we are almost 14. Yeah, okay. We wanted to kind of be about 10, 15 minutes. So, yeah, so that's kind of our American Eagle Rises news, which is like, that's not really news. Nothing that I can kind of give you guys. None of this stuff, if you ask me, this is just, it's becoming more clear to me that either we're watching a movie, yeah, I know, and you can go down that route. There's a letter of the alphabet, or the number is 17. If you guys know 17, and if you know gematria, look it up. That's what I'm talking about. All right. YouTube, CIA, NSA. Hey, how you doing? How you guys doing? Come pick me up. Come on. Can you put me on the Mars mission, please? I really don't like it here. You can put me in the Army. I'll be an admiral. How about that? You can put me on one of those. We got some of those carriers up in space. But we better not be declaring war on any aliens. Unless they attack us first. If they attack us first, then that's fine. We can take them out. Yeah, that's a whole nother thing too. Frank's foreign policy is don't mess with us, and we won't mess with you. You mess with us, we will bury you. Hey, comment below if you know who said that. Did he take off his shoe? I know there was George Bush got a shoe thrown at him. Yeah, no, he did. Okay. So the hint. All right, I think I had my flip flops on. So, I'll give you a hint. All right, he did it at, I believe, at the the UN General Assembly. Don't get me started with the UN. Okay. I wish we could get out of the UN. Well, we could get out of the UN, but it's actually advantageous for the United States to stay in there because we have a permanent seat at the Security Council. But anyway, there was a guy, he had his shoot, he goes, hang on, I'll do it. We will bury you. That's not a really good accent, but yeah, put it down. Come on, guys. Actually, some of the people watching here, one person, I know two people that watch this channel, and if you're watching, you know the answer because one person knows history, and the other person probably lived through it. So, anyway, with that said, guys, one last look here. Anything else worthwhile? Disney? What the hell? Guys, Disney is satanic. All right, just don't buy their stuff. Seriously. Anything President Trump signs executive. Ooh, this is breaking. Do. Yeah, it looks like it just started. Hey, I clicked on it. Come on. Are you guys still there? Yeah. Executive order boosting AI and K-12 schools? I'm not sure. That headline is not accurate, actually, guys. Yeah, hopes to build workforce, blah, blah, blah. Department of Education. Hey, I thought we were getting rid of that. Yeah, I don't want. It's kind of a nothing burger anyway. Yeah, all right. So yeah, he signed an executive order. Yeah, so yeah, all right. They should. Yeah, I don't like how. Anyway, this is MSN, right? So yeah, so basically what it is, it's an executive order. So he's basically saying to the Department of Education, right, like, hey, actually teach skills to children that actually can use them for a job for once. God, I could, we could probably have a video on that. Man, that would be a cool collab with Raymond. Like, all of our schooling, just you think about the things that especially from kindergarten, if you can remember that. I can remember kindergarten. I remember some things in kindergarten. And then just all the way through your schooling, right? Like even I got a mechanical engineering degree, right? And you just look back and you're just like, dude, I could have learned everything I needed to learn, especially for the job I have, over a summer break. like I didn't need what? Over 50, let's see, 12, 13, yeah, almost 18 years of 18 years of schooling. Right, and then they don't teach you anything. And number one, they should have financial literacy should be part of the curriculum before you graduate high school, right? Like take it in high school. To be honest with you, they probably should have a couple. They should have an introduction, in 5th grade. I think you should have something in 5th grade to teach them basics of hey, I remember as a kid, the dollar and all the little change and all that stuff. I think I learned that when I was 2nd grade. How to count your money and go, okay, you got a little piggy bank. Remember those piggy? Man, I miss piggy banks, man. I had one with I think I had a Pac-Man one and a Godzilla one. Oh man, the good old days, huh? But yeah, start them off young. Hell, the younger the better, right? And then just and then maybe we can modernize it, right? We can give them a little card, and then like maybe maybe we can give them a little app on because kids nowadays have these they come out of their mother's womb and there's a phone. There's like a phone attached. Instead of cutting the umbilical cord out, you go, oh, you gotta cut the phone off, right? But I think that's that. But there's so many other skills, right? But yeah, anyway, this executive order, he's just saying, hey, find a way, right? Because what happens is this executive order just tells the Department of Education, hey, get it in the curriculum, right? So it'll probably take the Department of Education what 2 years. Let's make a committee and let's figure out how we're going to do it, right? 2 years later, oh yeah, there's 20 billion, and yeah, we'll send it out to the superintendents of every school and blah 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 blah. 10 years later, they're still trying to implement it, right? But hey, at least we're trying. But yeah, so I've babbled on long enough. 21 minutes. No. I'm trying, guys. It's either too short or it's too long. Alright. Yeah, I shouldn't have added that latest breaking news thing. And then I went on my little soap. I caught my soapbox. So anyway, guys, let's find the stop button because I can never find it because I moved, right? I actually like this because I can kind of, I don't know, maybe people don't like me moving around too much. But anyway, with that said, I'll see you tomorrow, alright? Have a good day. Bye. Oops. I missed it again.